Okay. Do I have everything? Yes, I'm pretty sure I have everything. Alright. Hello everyone, Maria65 here with a Genshin Impact stream, mostly because I am losing my fucking mind. I have no shame in admitting this. I'm losing my mind with the mindfuckery that MiHoYo likes to throw out to us. So, I'll go ahead and say this. And these are spoilers for the 3.2 Archon quest. Now, there will not actually be a video of it because I've already done it. So this is kind of just an overview of 3.2. So if you do not want spoilers, please do not watch the stream unless you do not care to have any spoilers to be to about ready to hear not only the rant I have, because while 3.2 was amazing, I did have a few issues with it. I think I might have also found a little bit of a glitch. And if I do not get these theories out of my head, I am going to lose my fucking mind. So, there's so much I have to say. So, one last time, spoilers, do not watch unless you don't care to be spoiled. So, let's jump straight into what happened in 3.2. For those of us who have played it, I'm pretty sure all of you, like myself, were absolutely floored and absolutely loved the 3.2 Archon quest. Now, I will not deny I was somewhat jittering. I was vibrating. I was vibrating in excitement when the quest finally came up. I do the quest pretty much the day they come out. I do the quest the moment it comes out, and then I go with it. And I do not stop until I get to the end of the quest. I also do every character story that comes out before I do the Archon quest, though, because apparently there are certain points within the Archon quest which you cannot get through unless you complete Tighnari, Cyno, and Nilou's story. I do not know if they're required, but apparently I've been noticing a few people who are having trouble getting through the story without doing them. So, yeah, I do the character story the moment it comes out. Anyways, I keep veering off topic. I apologize for that. I'm also sleep deprived, so that's probably another reason why it's going to sound like I'm ranting and possibly slurring my words. MiHoYo, please stop with the mindfucks because they are getting impossible to control. Now, I absolutely love the quest, and I will not deny I was kind of disappointed we couldn't kill Scaramouche, because I will not deny I hate Scaramouche. I hate him with a burning passion. He's tried to kill us twice, or once if you didn't do the Falling Stars quest, which I did not. And so I ended up meeting Scaramouche and Inazuma, but apparently he's tried to kill us twice, and he killed Tepe, which really pissed me off because Tepe was so wholesome and did not deserve the death. So, I don't like Scaramouche. I don't know why people are infatuated with him. I don't see the appeal. He has, for lack of a better term, mommy issues. And I don't see what people like about him. Like, me personally, I don't like him. If you all like him, that's you all. I won't deny I did feel sorry for him though. In the 3.2 quest, I did feel sorry for him because no one should look that dead inside. No one should go through that. I understand why Nahida did it. He was a false god who was slowly going deranged from his obsession with the Gnosis. He didn't care what was taken away from him as long as it wasn't the Gnosis, because in his mind the Electro-Gnosis is his birthright. He was one of the clones made by Egg, one of the puppets made by her, and he would have been probably a very good puppet if he had just had the strength that A was looking for. Now, as far as I know, I think A feels remorse for what happened to him, but at the same time, I'm not too sure if she actually does. Hell, she might not remember him, for all we know. And I, for one, I don't know how to feel about Scaramouche. Nahida does ask us at the end of the 3.2 quest if we can set aside our differences for Scaramouche, because he was, like, being controlled, I think is what she kind of made it out to be. That his obsession with the Gnosis was kind of controlling him. I'm not too sure if that's actually what she meant it by, but that's how it sounded like she was making it out to be. Now, I can set my anger with Scaramouche aside for the storyline, because I am interested to see what the redemption arc for Scaramouche is going to be in 3.3. As we know, Scaramouche is going to be a Nemo character. We do not yet know if he is Catalyst, Sword, Polearm, or what. With how nimble his body looks, he's either going to be Catalyst, Polearm, or Sword. I don't really think he's going to be Bow, and I don't think he's going to be Claymore. But I could be wrong. This is MiHoYo we're talking about after all. They're making a lot of the little kids and short people in their game be Claymore users, so yeah. Not sure how I feel about that, but anyways. We know Scaramouche is going to be a Nemo user. Depending on how they go about with him, he's either going to be our second male Catalyst, or he's going to be some other kind of character, who knows. I personally am interested in what they do for a redemption arc. If they do not do a redemption arc, I will be pissed. I am not going to deny it. I will be angry. So, yeah. Depending on how everything goes with Scaramouche in the end, he better have a redemption arc. If they just suddenly bring it out in 3.3 where, oh, he's suddenly a good guy now. Oh, I am hoping and praying to God MiHoYo will do a redemption arc. So far, they have not disappointed me. They have not disappointed me with character backstories, with character development, and with how things go. Like, we're actually seeing the main character be annoyed with everyone asking for help. We saw it in Inazuma. She was literally about to just say, no, fuck you all, I'm done, until A about killed her. And then she was like, alright, I gotta beat some sense into the Electro Archon to get answers. And even in the end, the Traveler still did not get their answers. I will be referring to the Traveler as Lumine simply because I play Lumine, even though I know the canonical Traveler is actually Aether. But I will refer to Lumine as the Traveler, and I will refer to Aether as the Abyssal Twin. So, please keep that in mind. But we actually saw development, we're actually seeing development with the main character. For me, Lumine is showing signs of actually going through, getting stronger, and it seems like maybe her powers, her otherworldly powers are unlocking. As we noticed when she just when the ceiling fell down on her in the battle against Scaramouche, she literally just pushed it off. So I think, no, I'm getting ahead of myself because that's a theory. Needless to say, I wasn't too pleased with the battle against Scaramouche. Yeah, we fight him. Yeah, we beat him. But we didn't really kill. For me, it's always about killing Scaramouche. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like him. But if he has a really good redemption arc, I may end up liking him more. So, what I look forward to in 3.3 is a redemption arc. That's all I'm gonna focus on. Is if Scaramouche gets a redemption arc or not. Other than that, I don't really have much else to say. Now, I don't know if anyone else has encountered this, if you have fought against Scaramouche, but there is a point in the battle where in his god form, he gets to his knees, and he leans over a little bit, and the platform will raise right in front of his face, with a 4-leaf sigil right above it. Now, no matter what I did, how close I got, how far I got, looking straight at it, I could not get the ability to activate that 4-leaf sigil to hit no matter what I did. I was literally staring straight at it, standing as close to it as I could with it still in my sights, and it was still not lighting up for me to use it. Now, I don't know if anyone else has encountered that problem. I think it might have been a glitch, but it did make the battle last much longer than it probably should have. Because as far as I know, if you hit the face, it deals a lot of damage. No matter what I did, though, I could not just get the 4-leaf sigil to activate, so I could pretty much yeet myself to it, hit him in the face a few times, and end the battle. So, if anyone else has encountered that problem, it's not probably just me. It's probably a glitch, which will probably need to be fixed. Just in case, you know, MiHoYo, you're watching this. I'd see about maybe looking into that. I've also noticed that there is another glitch with the teapot function. The Samira teapot, the Samira realm is available now. It's this pink peach-looking thing within the realm teapot, the teapot as I like to say, that you can grab, and when you consume it, it gives you the Sumeru realm. So I want to go ahead and get that out there to you all. I already have the Sumeru realm. I'll show it to you all at the end of the stream when I get ready to start ending. So I would ask MiHoYo to possibly look into what's going on with the teapot, because when I was trying to lay stuff down, it was glitching out a little bit to where if I had the like with the chairs, they were all pointing to the side instead of facing to the desk I had with one of the leeway style set downs. The theater I also had outside my teapot was clipping through a wall I had, and when I tried to right side it, it wasn't working, so I had to literally take it out, put it back down, mess with it a little bit, and it was finally starting to work. So I would say probably look into some of the stuff that's going on with the teapot. There's a little bit of a glitch going on. I don't know if you all had encountered that yet, or if, you know, you all just didn't notice. But it is a little bit of a glitch. It's not too much of a problem. I was able to get it fixed after some messing around and, you know, destroying a few sets. So I was able to get it fixed eventually, but it's annoying every time I go in to put something down and it's not pointing the way I originally had it set to begin with. So I just wanted to let you all know about that. And I'll go ahead and move on to, I'm losing my train track here. Back to the 3.2 storyline. I know I keep veering off topic, but I'm sleep deprived. My mind is running at like 1,000,000 miles per hour, and I feel like my mind is constantly being blown up because of because of the mindfuckery that MiHoYo has left us with. They keep blowing up my mind, and I don't know how to deal with all the theories that now enter my head every time I frickin' play the game. My brother could actually tell you quite a few of the theories I have, and if you watch Way's videos on YouTube, you'll see what I mean, because I agree with so many of his videos, because the theories he comes up with make sense. So to Way out there, I don't know if you've played the 3.2 Archon Quest yet. I hope you have, and I want to know what your theory is on what happened at the end. For me, I play Lumine. For you, you play Ether, so maybe you're going to explain it better than me. Especially because I can't seem to form sentences right now because of how sleep deprived I am. I am blaming MiHoYo for that too. And my own cat, because he likes to keep me up at night. Anyways. At the end of 3.2, of the 3.2 quest, when we were able to start asking the Hida some questions, She looked into Irminsul for any kind of information on the Traveler and their twin. Now, the Traveler says there's no information about my twin on there. And Paimon was like, that's correct. Because they're not of this world, there's no information. And Nahida's like, that's true. In regards to you, Traveler. But the thing is, and I will be referring to Aether and Lumine at this point, but the fact is, your brother is recorded within Irminsul's memories, which shocks both the Traveler and which shocks both Lumine for me and Paimon, because that should not be possible. They're not of this world, which means because they're not of this world, what they do isn't being recorded, I guess? And that's when we get hit with the fact that Nahida states your twin isn't your twin. Which, what she says to me, your brother isn't actually your brother. And she spoke to Dottore. Well, when that happens, the Traveler is like, are my memories wrong? Or has Teyvat somehow changed Aether? Now, when I saw Nahida say, your brother isn't your brother, I lost my mind. I just sat there staring at the screen for hours, wondering how is that possible. And then when the options appeared, are my memories wrong, or has Teyvat changed Aether? My mind went immediately to Teyvat has changed Aether. For one reason only. The Abyss. Lumine and Aether are both stated to be physical stars in physical human forms. They are demigods in every way, shape, and form. They are stronger than mere mortals, but weaker than mere gods. They have the power of gods as well, but they can't match up to an actual god's strength until, you know, we get to Teyvat, because we beat down the Shogun in Scaramouche. Which leads me to believe that they are possibly demigods in some way. So, my thought, and I'll move on to theories here and now. I will be intermingling with theories and what happened with 3.2 here at this point. So try to keep up. If you do get lost, kind of just type hey, hey, hey until I see that you're typing something. Because with as sleep deprived as I am, my reflexes are probably slow. I'm also just roaming around aimlessly trying to avoid fights, because if I get into a fight, I'm going to lose my place. So, my first theory, specifically with our twin being changed by Teyvat, because it's quite obvious that they are twins in every shape, way, and form. They look... Hello, Steven. They look far too much alike to be anything but twins. So, my thoughts is this. Teyvat has changed Aether. And I'm going to say Teyvat has pretty much claimed Aether as his as its own. Aether is in some way already a god. He has pretty much absorbed all the Abyss into himself and has become on par with gods. He is also looking to overthrow Celestia, who, if you watch Wei's videos on the invaders to Teyvat, you'll find out that Celestia is not actually who they say they are. Which will lead me to the next point. Teyvat has changed Aether, and the fact that Nahida did say this. The records show that Aether has suddenly appeared in Teyvat. Not he was born and has suddenly appeared in Khaenri'ah. Not that he was born in Khaenri'ah or where his parents came from. He just suddenly appeared in Khaenri'ah before the Cataclysm 500 years ago. Irminsul records the time from after the destruction of Khaenri'ah, of Aether. We know our twin awoke long before we did. Enough to have given forbidden knowledge to Khaenri'ah, which was against Celestia's laws, which was why Celestia destroyed Khaenri'ah. It was a godless nation, and it went against the way Celestia had things built for Teyvat. Irminsul records from the time of the destruction of Khaenri'ah up to throughout Aether's journey. Aether was traveling through the other nations, but when it seemed his journey would reach his end, the records suddenly become blurry and unreadable. And that's when Paimon says, "Do you think it's the Abyss?" And Nahida says, "I'm unsure," or possibly. I can't remember exactly everything she said. But it's quite possible that the moment Aether came in contact with the actual abyssal powers, that's when it started messing with Irminsul and preventing Irminsul from recording the rest of Aether's history. There is nothing about our traveler, in this case Lumine, within those records. And here are my theories as to why. One of them, from the moment they landed, it's obvious our twin awoke. We did not. My thoughts is Aether hid his twin Lumine in a place where even Irminsul's roots could not reach. So Irminsul was unaware of her existence, plus Lumine hadn't done anything significant at the time of her entering Teyvat. Aether had. Which is why Irminsul took an interest in Aether and started recording what he was doing. Up until Aether went against Celestia for the destruction of Khaenri'ah to happen, Aether hadn't really done anything significant. Not too significant, at least. Which Irminsul left him alone. Irminsul is a living being in all sense of the word. Irminsul may not be able to speak, but with how it records the history of the world, it's quite obvious Irminsul is a living being, so I will refer to Irminsul as a living being. Due to Aether not doing anything significant and hiding his sister away to where no other knew she was alive, there is no knowledge of her. There is nothing about Lumine being given out to us. So, Aether hid us away while we were recovering strength. Because my thoughts is, when we came to Teyvat with our twin, we got wounded. Something happened to us to knock us unconscious. And while we were sleeping, gathering our strength back, Aether started building an empire for us to finally have a home. Our other home was destroyed, swallowed by some kind of destruction that we were unprepared for, that their parents died in, to give them time to leave that world. And thus, we started traveling, looking for a new home, recording the history of the other worlds we've been to, being there to witness events. But it's always just been temporary. No world has ever suited their needs until apparently Teyvat. Because the moment we landed there, Aether started building an empire for us. Which leads me to the next theory. The reason there's nothing even about Lumine up until she was in Mondstadt is because she was asleep for 500 years after the destruction of Khaenri'ah. If you all noticed at the beginning when we were trying to leave Teyvat, Celestia sealed us up inside cubes just like she did Aether, sealing us away. My thoughts is it took time for that seal to break. But she did not completely seal us like she did Aether. And if any of you notice, if any of you have played Honkai like you, Steven, you'll notice that that symbol is upside down. When it's right side up with the prong pointing up, that means imaginary. Paimon Paimon's symbol is in reverse. And what's the opposite of imaginary? Real. Which will lead me to a theory about Paimon. Paimon is the true god of Teyvat. The reason Paimon looks the way she is because she fought the Sustainer of Heavenly Principles, otherwise known as the Unknown God. Oh goodness. She fought the Unknown God and lost, being stripped of her powers and her memories erased or locked away. So Paimon doesn't know who she is. She gave herself the name Paimon because she didn't know who she was. Oh, I thought they did say that there. I thought Nahida mentioned that that there was information about Lumine from when she was in Mondstadt at least, but I guess not. I guess the travels from another world can't really be recorded after all. Paimon is the real god of this world. In the opening cutscene, we never saw Paimon yet. Yes, that's true. My theory is that when the Sustainer of Heavenly Principles sealed up Aether, and then was getting ready to seal us by locking us inside those cubes, Paimon showed up and grabbed us and ran with us, leaving herself vulnerable to attack from the Sustainer of Heavenly Principles, who struck down the true god in order to become the true god of Teyvat herself. Because if Paimon's in the way, she can't do what she wants. She can't be the true god. Not while the true god is truly out and roaming about. Paimon left herself open to attack to get us to safety, and was struck down by the Sustainer of Heavenly Principles, the Unknown God, for getting in her way. Literally, the Unknown God threw a temper tantrum with Paimon coming in, taking one of her toys, and she was like, I don't like that. Here, go down. Oh, I hurt you really bad. Okay, I'm throwing you to the Teyvat with, well, you already took her and hit her, so whatever. I have a feeling Paimon was coming back to grab Aether from the Unknown God so that both of the twins would be together. But she couldn't and was struck down. Apparently Aether was able to get away because, I mean, he's roaming around out and about completely fine with his previous powers still intact. So we'll lead on to another thing that Dottore said. Nahida and Dottore exchanged information. Lumine is what they call the fourth descender of Teyvat. Aether is not one of the descenders. There's been 3 other descenders before Lumine. I can't remember who Nahida said the first one was. I think the first one is the one who created the humans, aka, if you watched Way's videos, Phanes and the others. Phanes who fought the several dragons of Teyvat for 40 days or 40 years or something like that. And after the battle, he just disappeared. Phanes, I do believe, is the first invaders to Teyvat. But you'd have to watch Way's videos for that. And wait, if I'm mispronouncing your name, if you ever watch these videos, let me know, please, and tell me how to pronounce your name, because I feel like I'm mispronouncing your name. But, back to what I was saying. Nahida did state she is still trying to get information on the other 2 descenders, or seeing if there's even any kind of information about them. Because Nahida apparently knows information of the first one, but not the other 2. The other 2 are unknown at this point. But Lumine is the 4th descender to Teyvat. Aether is not labeled as a descender, because he is recorded in Irminsul. Now, because he is recorded in Irminsul, that is the specific reason that he is not called a descender. Because he's recorded in Irminsul's records. That is the specific reason he is not considered a descender. So, which leads me to think that Irminsul is a living being and is probably actually omitting information from Nahida. Nahida may kind of like be the new host to Irminsul or something like that. I know she's now connected to Irminsul or something. But Irminsul is still a living being. It has so much sentience as to record the history of the world that it can't be anything more but a living being. What is attacking me? But, anyways. I'm curious as to if if the whole Descender thing is going to come into play at a much later time. Now, we know that Tori was not interested in us. He was interested in Hypatia, but that's because she saw something she wasn't supposed to have seen. He is a scholar, first and foremost. Which makes me wonder if maybe he's going to try his hand at us at some point. Because we can use all the elements. We can easily use all the elements within Teyvat. Wouldn't that make a scholar be curious about what more we could do? About what we can achieve through our powers? And if that's true, are we immortal? Which, yes, we are immortal. That's been a given. But the Tori wouldn't know that, would he? Unless they know about the Cinders and about other worldly beings, which I wouldn't be surprised if the Tori at least knows, because the Tori's just that kind of an arrogant asshole to just know everything. Goddamn him and his smug look. I'm sorry, I don't like the Tori. I don't really like any of the Harbingers except Child. And even then, I tolerate Child. No offense, Griffin Burns, I love you, but... Child, Tartaglia, he's a little bit of a battle maniac, and I don't know how to feel about him. But, I'm getting off topic again. I'm sleep deprived, and I feel like I can't think straight. Ugh. But, not just because he loves to fight, but something about Child irks me. Something about him makes me very wary of him. He's a little bit of a battle maniac. Something about him makes me wary of him, and I don't know how to feel about it. So, I'm kind of just like, meh, and crap. I didn't turn off notifications. Fuck. Anyways. Crap, what was I saying? Crap. I'm forgetting my trains of thought now. This isn't good. Crap. I don't have Nahida. I don't have her. Do I have to show you the characters I have? I do not have her. I don't have her. Because I'm saving my Primogems for Dia, Ayato, and Alhaitham. We've spoken about this before. I'm saving up. Mostly for Alhaitham because, yes. You're trying to get me to expose myself. How dare you? But continuing on with... She's cute. I won't deny that. But I'm saving up for Dia, Ayato, and Alhaitham. I won Nahida, I'm not gonna lie, but Nahida is getting a rerun throughout Sumeru. So, I don't need to be entirely concerned. My goodness. Like, I already have, like, I already have over 1,600 primos. But I am at, like, 42 pity and a guarantee. I'm holding on to that. Because I didn't get the Jade Cutter. And I'm pissed about it. But I got the key of Kazunishu, which I did not want. I wish I could trade that in for the Jade Cutter. Can we get a trade-in function at some point, MiHoYo, please? Shut up. I know. I have very few primos. I was going up until the very last day of the Jade Cutter. I was going up to the very last day of the Jade Cutter. But back to Nahida, because I'm going to keep getting off topic. Another thing with Aether, another one of the theories I have about him maybe not being our twin could have to do with what Lumine said about her memories being wrong. It could be very possible that if Aether is from Teyvat, that when Lumine came there, she was unconscious. Aether took her to Khaenri'ah to heal, and was planning to use her powers to get out of Teyvat when everything started going south. Because who's going to want to stay in the world that is being destroyed? So he could have been looking to possibly use Lumine to get out of Teyvat as well, and possibly travel the other worlds, because his home was being destroyed. If Aether is in fact from Teyvat, which we won't know until MiHoYo decides to give us answers, which I don't see ever happening because it's MiHoYo. At points they're generous, and at other points they're not. But there are so many things that have happened that I have so many questions to, and I can't even think of them all because my mind is running 1,000 miles per minute, trying to connect everything together, trying to get my theories flushed out so that they actually make sense. Because to me, my theories are all a jumbled mess right now because I'm just having to go through, reorganize my theories, get them fixed up to where they're actually somewhat believable, so that I can figure out what the fuck it is I'm going to do with the information I have. Now, I know I could probably get information if I just, send an application to MiHoYo and decide to become a voice actor, but even then, I don't think even the voice actors are told how the story's gonna end. I don't know. Genshin has completely blown my expectations out of the water for it, to where I am quivering in excitement with every new Archon quest, with every new region and quest, story quest specifically, that becomes available. I love lore hunting. I love learning about a world as we're going through it and finding out the truth. I mean, I can probably read a line from a character if you want me to, because I don't know when. Alright. I can probably do one of my character Vortania's lines. In case none of you know, I made a character called Vortania, who is a Leviathan. She's kind of like a Genshin fan-made character. She's a Leviathan that is the daughter of Osial and Bishop, but because she was raised by Guizhong and Zhongli, she's nothing like them. She's a Hydro Polearm character as well. This was far before Candace came out. This was I made Vortania during Leeway, and never got her fleshed out until, you know, I felt my creativity being stunted by what MiHoYo was doing when you're limited with creativity and stuff. So yeah. One of Vortania's lines, let me think here real quick. I'll probably just go with her introduction. It's probably going to sound really weird coming through the mic because I'm actually kind of embarrassed here. Let me... It should be okay now. Hello, my name is Vortania, known as the Daughter of the Vortex. I'm not too sure how to really socialize with someone as important as you, but if you ever need any help, don't hesitate to call on me. I'll do whatever I can to help. That felt really weird doing. I'm not gonna lie. Because I had the thought of Vortania possibly being a 5-star character just because of how strong she would be. But that's, I mean, I'll probably I'll probably get my theories more fleshed out better. So if you all are in my Discord, please keep an eye on the Discord. I usually post up theories and stuff there, especially if I'm losing my mind, I post it. Because there's just so much going on in this game. So much I want to go in depth into. Like friggin' Leviathans in Teyvat. There's a reason I made Vortania, and it's so we can get a better look at the Leviathans. But we have not gone back to Leeway in a while. We have not delved further into the lore on Leviathans, which I'm quite angry about. And it's also like one of the wrong one. I don't know if we actually have it in our inventory. We might not. But we also have not gone back into anything dealing with Lumine's purification powers. I don't think I have it. Yeah, it's not in here. I don't think it would be anyway. I didn't think it would be anyways. But as we noticed at the beginning of the game, Lumine has the ability to purify certain things. She purified the volunteers. We have not explored that and gone back into it. It was just a thing that was mentioned and never gotten back to. I would like to know more about her purification powers. I would like to know more about the Traveler specifically. Mainly because I like learning about the lore of characters. Yeah, there's the character backstories, but Lumine doesn't really have any. Huh. Huh. The Keeper is fading away, the Creator has not yet come. But the world shall burn no more, for you shall ascend. Interesting. Huh. Interesting. Anyways. I like exploring the lore deeper and on characters. I'd love to learn more about Lumine's origins. Well, just the Traveler's origins in general. I'd also like to kind of finally see the Archon of Dust, Guizhong. She's mentioned several times with Zhongli during his character quests, and by characters just in general, I do believe. I want to know what she looks like. Like, my headcanon is that she has glazed lily colored hair, brown eyes. Her past is of importance, thank you very much. My thoughts is that Guizhong has, like, glazed lily colored hair, uh, beautiful brown eyes, fair skin, and wears silk robes that look like the color of glaze lilies. After all, Guizhong was the one who adored glaze lilies, so why wouldn't she look something similar? That's just my headcanon for Guizhong. I don't know if MiHoYo's ever going to like bring Guizhong in for like a character story, because I want to see what the Archon of Dust look like. I want to see what I want to know what King Deaththreat looks like, because I don't think we actually really got a good look at him. I'd like to know what the Scarlet King looks like. I'd like to know what Guizhong looks like. I just there's characters I want to see that have been mentioned that we have no idea what they actually look like, so people can only make assumptions. And, you know, MiHoYo, if you're gonna mention a character, show them in the end. Please. And don't leave us hanging off of, you know, cliffhangers. And stop mind-fucking us. It's better than you killing off a playable character, but I don't know how much more my heart and head can take with the absolute twist and downright mindfuckery that you all are able to implement into your games. It's amazing, yes, but calm down with it, please. You already killed Tepe, which is the wholesome of wholesome men. You made us think Dunyazar died when she didn't, but you made us think she did, and my heart could not handle that. And then the absolute sadness with Kurotakara, I think that's how you pronounce the silver crab thingy's name? With how he tried to revive his master. Slow down with the sadness and darkness, please. I beg of you at this point. But it is what it is. I have thoroughly been enjoying the story of Genshin. I've thoroughly been enjoying it. I have thoroughly loved it. Every time a new character quest or story quest even comes out, I jump on to get through it, get the information, and kind of come up with new theories, because I am a creator. I'm not going to lie. I am a creator. I make my own worlds. I make my own characters for those worlds, and I write. And playing a game like Genshin inspires me to continue writing, because I want to make a story that is as interesting, because Genshin just gives me a lot of inspiration for my writing. The theories I come up with for Genshin, I can sometimes implement into my own stories, because it's not like they're ever true in Genshin, so I gotta make them true somewhere. Now, if they do end up becoming true in Genshin, I will kind of go back and redo my stories, but as a creator, I get inspiration from music, movie, games, and stuff of the sort, and Genshin is probably one of my biggest motivators to continue writing. Because the people of the game are so creative. The storyline they've made is just enchanting. I love how they've done it, and I kind of want to get to that point as well. And I don't know why I said all this, because I usually don't reveal stuff about myself like that. Goodness. But I'm excited for the next part. I'm excited for 3.3. I will say this. I'm excited for 3.3 because I want to know what Scaramouche's redemption story is going to be. And you better get with me, Hori, or else I'm coming after you all with an axe. Not really, but figuratively. Figuratively, I will come at you all with an axe. But, yeah. I'd actually like to know what the voice actors who play Genshin, what their thoughts are on the Archon quest. I kind of want to know what their theories are about the game, if they have any. Like, Zach Aguilar, the voice of Ether. I'd like to know what he thinks the game is going to be out. Sarah Miller Cruz, the voice actor of Lumine. I'd like to know what she thinks might happen. Karina Becker, the voice of Paimon, who I absolutely adore Paimon and Karina Becker because I love Karina's work in both Genshin and in PSO and in Phantasy Star Online 2 as the voice of Mary. So I absolutely love Paimon. So call out to you, Karina, because you are a god at what you do. Well, a god too, if we go by Paimon standards. I'd like to know what she thinks is going to happen next. Unless, you know, all of them know and that's why they don't say anything about it, any of their theories. But just knowing their thoughts would kind of be interesting in my opinion. It's just something I'm interested in knowing about. I love the voice actors of Genshin, so I'm always interested to know what they all think when they play Genshin themselves. It's just something I like. The voice actors are amazing people in my opinion. So I'd like to know what their thoughts are on just Genshin itself. The theories they have, how they feel about their characters, which I will say, one thing I loved the most in this was that the main character, the traveler you play at, talks more. When we were trying to wake Nahida up, we spoke a lot more. I would love to see more scenes like that with more talking involved from the main character. I would love to see more of that. That's just my opinion though. I would just like to see more of it because I absolutely enjoy hearing the voice actors actually, you know, voice acting. We hear it with like the other characters like Cyno, Candace, Thea, and all of them. I'd like to hear more from the main characters, from Ether and Lumine. I'd like to hear more. But that's just me. Maybe not everyone shares that same sentiment. I won't deny, I just want to hear their voices. There's a reason I watch their streams most of the time, it's because I want to hear them talk more. So, yeah, that's really all I can say in there. I kind of don't really have any more theories or any more rants to make of the game. So far, everything's just been amazing. There are points where I'm just like, why is this happening? My mind can't handle this. And I do notice a few glitches every now and then. Well, the only glitch I really encountered is that with the teapot and what happened with Scaramouche, but they weren't a big thing to fix. Just, you know, wiggle stuff around with the teapot and you'll get it fixed up. Don't worry about it. As for the battle with Scaramouche, I can't really offer any advice because the four-leaf sigil, these, it was not working whatsoever with me in the battle against Scaramouche. Now, the ones down on the ground were working. The ones up in the air weren't. But that may be something that gets fixed in a future update. I don't know. Alright. Now that I've kind of got the rant out of my system, let's go ahead and jump into Genshin. I mean, the teapot. Wow. I am so sorry if I am making no sense. I'm trying. I am trying very, very hard. Goodness gracious. My mind. Come on, load up. There we go. Oh, I have some coins.
This realm is truly begin.
You'll all see more in a little bit. how much longer do these... Oh! Not too much longer. Nice.
If you ever have any questions about the realm within...
Okay. 1 second, because this place doesn't look better until it's night. They actually close up at night. So, in case any of you are wondering, this is the Sumeru realm. It's really pretty. Like, really pretty. And yes, that is like a floating gazebo over there. The Sumeru realm, you can get the, like, berry thingy for it in the realm depot. I do believe it's in furnishings. We're about to find out. It's either in furnishings or furnishing blueprints. I can't really remember, but I'm pretty sure it's in furnishings. Could also be in riches of the realm. I don't remember. I'm looking right now for you all. There's so much. Okay, so it's not here. I mean, it could also have been, but I doubt it was. Could also have been in Realm Treasures. All I know is that it is 1,000 furnishing coins, so it's not too hard to get. You just gotta wait like 2 days. Yes, I have bought a lot. There's too many to go through. Ah, here it is. It will be in Riches of the Realm. It's called Nature's True Fruit. It's 1,000 points. Once you buy it, it's one-time use. You use it, and you will get the... You will get the Sumeru Realm Depot. Oh, god dang it. Oh, these are all cool. I'd never really noticed that. I have that one. I got that one. You can get this one for free from Nilou's story quest.
If you
Before we start checking out the realm, because I won't deny, like, only one of the little things out there. You know what? 1 sec. The mansion is like a little friggin' treehouse. I absolutely love it. I had fun. I had fun with this. This is the little fountain that I saw, and when I saw this, I was like, yes, I'm grabbing this and replacing the Mondstadt one I usually have. The theater, I at least tried to keep that. As well as those little houses over there. This will be a little bit easier to get to at some point. Surrounded by the colorful trees. I love this gazebo, I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit higher up so you can get a better look at, you know, just everything. And it's just so pretty. It's just so pretty. Oh, hey, there's the moon. And there's kind of like a lily pad, like a pond that's already added into this area. I can't remember where it is. It's somewhere around here. Oh. It's over here. You can't really do anything with it, but, you know, it's like a cool little thing to have. Alrighty, let me go ahead and show you the inside of the Sumeru teapot. I will say this, the inside, the downstairs area is extremely spacious. Which I wish you could just add more because I have so many ideas. And, you know, just not all of them work. I wish that back room wasn't on the bottom floor, but was on the top floor, but I made things work. As with the other mansions, there's 3 rooms on the bottom and 2 up top. It's kind of like they mixed in the Mondstadt room with the Leeway room, which this is the inside of the Sumeru teapot. At least with all the stuff I've thrown in it. I did my best to kind of fill it up. I have to have the doggo too. Hello, Kazu. Hello, Hazo. I kind of had them like guarding this thing. Ah,
Well,
I did not mean to
my
speak.
dear partner. How have you been? Remember, if you ever find yourself caught up in some strange case, just notify me immediately.
I know.
You look pretty worn out. Get some sleep. It can be dangerous not getting enough rest, you know. Uh-oh. Seems you aren't the only one. I'm feeling a little tired now myself.
Huh? I don't remember ever saying. I guess I've never said goodnight to Aza, because that's all new to me. I have fun with my teapot stuff. You got this little thing that kind of just hides behind that bookcase. With the living room pretty much being in the back room, because there was nowhere else I could actually put it for this fireplace to be here. Because otherwise, nothing was gonna happen. Add a little stuff in. I just want to put something over here, but apparently I can't put anything else down. And it makes me angry. There's nothing else I can put. I also know where the rest of those books on the bookshelf went. Over here is like a little study area where Venti kind of just spends all his time at. You know, he kind of lives here for free, so I have him kind of just guard this room. He has all his bow stuff beside him. I have fun. When I am giving liberties, I take liberties with the game. If it could just give me more freedom to add in more, I would so take it. But I understand why we're limited. It takes time for stuff to load in. I just wish my creativity was not being stunted, Genshin. This is how you make creators just start twitching. Like over here. I wish I could add more into this room. It's bare because of this. The fish tank. Yes, fishies, I know. You don't like it when I tap. I wish I could add more, but I can't. The annoyance. There's quite a bit of annoyance with me when I'm stunted with liberties to take. I kind of have Kale and Candace up here, like, watching over everything that goes on down below. Mainly so Kazu and Hazo don't decide to be pranksters. I don't think Kazu would, but you can never be too careful with someone like Hazo. This is kind of like the guest room in a way. All the niceness. Got Alloy. Little lounge. Hello, D-Luke. I can't fit Paimon into my room either, so she kind of guards the door in a way. I love the Sumeru bed, so I'm sorry, Zhongli, that there's not many Leeway aesthetics. I apologize. Well, actually, there is. I wish you could actually interact with stuff more in your bedrooms and stuff. Hold on. You're a little too far away for me to like that. There we go. Ah. Shit. No. There we go. Save changes. There we go. Just had to fix some stuff up there. This is pretty much the area I use as like a bedroom and with me. Can't I lay another rug down at the very least? God. You know what? This is going over here. This is what happens when you limit me, MiHoYo. You get annoyance. No, wait. Discard that, because that's... I understand why, but why limit me? I hate it. There's nothing right here, and I have ideas for what I could put right here. Wait, you look a little too far. I mean, I know it's not, but just... I like being able to have free roam and creativity. I get annoyed when my creativity is stunted. I had annoyance like that when it came to the whole build your domain. There's only so much I could do. I was thinking about putting Paimon like behind the reception desk, but I kind of decided against it. Hold on, you look this chair looks a little far. Could I just... you gotta be kidding. Okay. Let's go ahead and show you the other areas as well. There we go. Oh, they do bloom when the sun comes up. Okay. I wasn't too sure. I just feel like it's prettier at night. Yes, I know island number 2 is bare, but I literally can't put anything more down. And I mostly blame it on the hot spring area. I took liberties with being able to build a wall around it. I have the fish that I want in, right? There we go. Need some purple in there. When I got this furnishing piece over here, I thought it was going to be a little bit bigger. But it's actually quite small. How much longer do I have on these? About a day? Okay. I had fun with this. I had quite a bit of fun with this. It's similar to the one I had back in my Inazuma one, but I like the Sumeru, the way the Sumeru one looks more. And like I said, when layering becomes a thing, I take liberties with it. I think what actually did it was all the chairs I put in this, now that I think about this. But like the only spot to sit was right here. You needed more. Okay, one second. That chair being right there is just no. Save that. Goodness gracious. zoom out. There we go. Okay. That might also be another reason why there's quite a bit of... Well, how else are you going to dry off afterwards? Okay, that leads to the... No? Okay, yeah, that's the mansion. Let's go ahead and show you all island number 2. Now, each one of the little, like, lotus islands are quite spacious. And so if you like putting down stuff, go ahead, run with it. Just be aware, there's such a thing called limitations in this game, and it quite annoys me, MiHoYo, so... I mean, as said before, it is what it is, but I just like being able to have more room, I guess, to be creative with this game. When it comes to the teapot, you give me the ability to build and I will. Of course, that's just me. Huh. Oh, right. Oh, okay, I can finally assemble these now. It doesn't look like it fits until you see it from the back. There we go. Got that one saved. I was sitting there wondering how to exactly assemble these. Now I know. I like the blue one more. Ah! Assemble. Here we go. I was wondering how to assemble those for a while, but now I know. I just had to interact with them. I don't really got much going on here except, you know, all that. Once I get a little bit more ideas for the other islands, I'll probably start working with those. My ideas mostly come flowing when it comes to being inside the mansion. That's where most of my creativity is able to flow. And not entirely, not with that. This is the one I know I'm gonna have a lot of fun with. because it's gonna be a mix of Inazuma and Sumeru. I just gotta, you know, be able to get Sumeru houses. I put all this together over here. I had fun with that. I could try climbing the flowers, but I don't think that's gonna go very well. I use up a lot of stamina. And I mean a lot. Trying to think what else I could show you all. I guess there isn't really much else to show. Except you, in case anyone was wondering, you get the 6th constellation for Lumine at the end of the Archon quest is when it is given to you. Which kind of annoyed me because I was sitting there trying to get the statue up to like level 8, and it wasn't working because no matter how many times I used the Dendroculus Resonance Stone, no more pop up. Now, I am aware that the second half of the Desert of Sumeru is actually going to be released. I think they said it was going to be released in 3.3. I'm unsure because this isn't all of the desert. There's actually a path further into the desert from the Lost Nursery that has like a desert tornado right around here. And every time I look at that, I go, I want to go there. Every time I see the desert tornado, I'm just like, I want to go there. Are we going to be going there at some point? Well, yes, I know I've listed the current Serenity Pot. My bad. Come on. Load up. I won't deny, it does take a while for this to load. My head. I'm pretty sure the next half is going to be released in 3.3, but could also be released in 3.4. I'm not entirely sure. Let me get out from that. Friggin' Abyss Mages, you guys are like everywhere. Yanfei's not gonna be much use against it. Come here, Xingqiu.
For justice.
Yeah, I've done the talent book domain within Sumeru. It's how I got all Lumine's talents to level 9.
Rain cutter.
Huh? That's new.
Scatter.
A little bit. Where was that voice coming from? Was it up here or over here? I'm unsure. Huh. Well, that's new. The Abyss Mage I fought started fighting and an Aranara voice popped up or something? Don't know where it was. Says defeat the Titan, I have treasure for you. Well, where's the damn treasure? Looks like I might not be able to get it from here, but as you can see, there is a pathway. Oh, yes, I actually have done that domain. I've done it a few times. I noticed that it did that with not just the Deepwood domain, but it also does that with the talent book domain and the weapon domain. Each of the Sumeru domains, it takes like 10 seconds for the enemies to spawn in. But it takes really long for the enemies to spawn in, which is a little bit annoying. I wonder if MiHoYo is aware that it takes like several seconds for the enemies to spawn in, or if they do know and they figure it like a way to make us anxious, put us on edge. I don't know. Maybe I need to defeat you as well.
Solidify!
Physical DPS Lumine for the win. See, it doesn't take that long for the chasm. Well, no, I did do that today and it took like 7 seconds for the enemies to load in. Which it used to not take that long. Dear goodness. At that point, you might not even do the domain if it's 20 seconds. That's a rough town. Getting the frick out of Dodge. God damn. You know, the domains are only for like 5 minutes long. I mean, yeah, I can defeat most domains in like a minute, but still. Well, more like a minute 30, but still. That's what happens when you have physical DPS Lumine. The domains only take like 4 minutes to complete. Oh, and because I've been nagged about this by my brother, he's want me to show the build I have for Lumine. Now, I won't deny, for the longest time, I did not remove this weapon from the Traveler. Like, I won't deny, it looks pretty, and it looks nice, but when you're going physical DPS, the Aquilia Favonia is probably one of the best swords. If you can't do the Aquilia Favonia, Prototype Rancor is probably your second best bet. Simply because it's a weapon you can make, and it's physical DPS, it's physical damage as well. Now, I did change around Lumine's stats a little bit. Originally, she had a Bloodstained Flower and a Pale Flame Crown, which, you know, the stats are... the main stats, you know, exactly the same, but it's the sub-stats that I needed. I focused my Lumine in for crit... for attack, mostly, and physical damage bonus, which if this had been a Pale Flame or a Bloodstained Chivalry, there would have been no worries. I could have stuck with this thing, but no! The game had to be mean and give me a Noblesse Oblige or Oblige. Just, you know, I like the physical damage bonus. I'm not gonna lie. I like this. But they could have been nicer. You know? What's this? Oh yeah, the Dendro cup I'm working on for Alhaitham. I figured out that if you work on getting the artifacts you want for a specific character, they tend to just give you the character. Because that works for me with Kazu and Heizo. But I did the same thing for Alhaitham, and, you know, I failed the 50-50 on Alhaitham for Diluc, and I was quite pissed about it. But anyways, I've been asked to show my build for Lumine to my viewers, so I'll go ahead and do that real quick as a last thing before I do a shout out to some people. I generally find this flower to be pretty nice because I have crit rate. I'm quite pleased to have that crit rate. I'm also pleased to have the double attack. Because, as I said, Lumina is my main attacker. She's my physical DPS character. And here's why. I had fun with this. I had a lot of fun with this. Once I got Lumine up to that physical damage, I realized that none of her attacks do below 2k. They're all 2k and up. If you want a good physical DPS character, go with the Traveler, because they can switch to any element, and it means you don't have to grind for a specific artifact set if you just go physical Traveler. You can then only grind the artifact sets you need for the other characters, because they can't switch elements. I squealed when I got this one. I squealed when I got this feather. Like, yeah, the crit damage... Wait, okay, hold on. Yeah, like, the crit damage isn't as big as what's on this, and neither is the attack. But I'll take what I can get at this point. I'm not too big on the defense, because, you know, I have Zhongli. But I wanted that crit rate, and I wanted that crit damage. Now, if you could switch stats out with other stats of similar value, I'd probably take the crit damage and the attack from this one, and put it over to this one. But if we ever get a trading system of substats between artifacts, it'll probably be trading stats with other stats of the same effect, like this one. I could just yeet the attack on this one over to this one, and probably that crit rate as well. Actually, I yeet the attack from this one over to her, but that also kind of needs to stay on my Beto. This one, I do want to get different sands for my Lumine. One that, you know, gives her a little bit more attack. The main reason I haven't switched over to this one is because the main stat is defense. If I could get flat attack as one of the subsets as well with that attack percent, I would. I don't think a Sans can have any, you know, elemental bonus to them. Kind of like the goblets are able to. But if that could just be attack, flat attack, crit rate, HP, and I don't know, crit damage as well, then I would be happy. Wait, can you even get a crit rate on any of the... Oh, yep, you can. Took a little bit for me to find it, though. Like, attack flat, crit rate, crit damage, and HP percent. If I could get this, I'd be happy. This one. Why couldn't you be a Pale Flame or Bloodstained Chivalry? Why? I don't even know why Deepwood Memories gave this to me. I'm happy that it did give this to me because I was originally using, I think, a Geo Pale Flame Geo Goblet that didn't have any crit rate, but it did have crit damage, double defense, and HP percent. My Zhongli, because he is built on, because his shield is based off HP, that was the perfect goblet for him. And I absolutely love this for my Lumine. That attack, that crit rate, and that physical damage bonus. Now, I do have one thing to ask about the physical damage bonuses. Why is it so much higher than a elemental damage bonus? I mean, I'm not going to complain because I absolutely love it, but why is it a little bit higher? Like, I have yet to get a elemental damage bonus that is as high as a physical damage bonus. Like, most of the stuff except for like a defense is going to be as high. I have yet to see a attack that's as high, an HP that is as high, or even a element that is as high. Why do I have that on Kaya? I guess because I have him as physical and cryo. I'm not complaining, I'm actually just a little curious. And then these have been nice to me lately with giving me some crit rate crowns with, you know, stuff I'm not really going for. Like, I just... This one. I need better artifacts for my Yanfei, but my Lumine... She's golden. Just like her hair, she is golden. The pain, the little blood, sweat, and tears I have put into just breaking my Lumine in this game has just been absolute carnage to everything I come across now that I have her perfected. Her attack, because I originally had a Bloodstained Chivalry Feather and a Pale Flame Mask on her. Her HP was 17k. Her attack was still in the 2k range, but it wasn't, it was 2,300 something. Her defense was about 950. Elemental Mastery was 0. And her crit rate was 48, with her crit damage being 81. I switched artifacts around her once I got that feather. And these are the stats now. Her attack went up by like 100. Yes, at the cost of her HP and defense, but it doesn't matter because Zhongli. And that crit rate bumped from 48 to 55, almost 56. She got like 8 levels in her crit damage. And her physical damage took no suffering whatsoever. I'm absolutely ecstatic. Now, I tested something out with her. No, I don't want to go to the book. I tested something out with my Lumine by putting this on her. It increases your physical damage even more. Oh, no. Game. I wanted to eat one. Let's see what happens to her stats. Nothing really happens to her attack or anything, but her crit rate goes up by like 10. Her physical damage when she takes a Taishan meat goes from 149.6 to 194. They just flipped the last two numbers. If only that was 200. Now, I'm pretty sure if my Lumine had 150 for her physical damage, it would be 200 for her physical damage with the Taishan meat. So let's go find a victim. Now, was dealing about 2k to, what, 6k? 7k? When Lumine does a plunging attack, she deals anywhere from 17 to 18k. When she crits with a normal hit, she does about 8k to 9k. Sometimes 10k if she gets a really good crit. Wait. There's no victims here. So, we're gonna see what the Taishu Meat does. With 194 crit. Because that's just insane, and I absolutely love it. And here are our victims, everyone. Holy shit, with a normal hit she does 10k. Like, I had not seen an actual 10k yet. I knew I could get her there, but it looks like I can only do that if I take a Tanshu meat. Wait, you little motherfucker. A normal attack when you crit does 10,000 damage, 660. Or was it 10,600? I can't remember. All I saw was the 10 at the beginning with 3 zeros at the end. Alright, let's kill one more because, you know, it's fun killing enemies when you're a physical damage character. Oh damn! You don't want to mess with me, buddy. So, yeah, physical damage, Traveler for the win. Okay. My sleep deprivation is obviously getting the best of me because I'm slightly hysterical at the moment. So, all in all, I would suggest make sure you get good crit rate and crit damage on your artifacts. At least having crit rate and at least good double attack. At the very least, like I will be farming for a better artifact with her for this because I don't need double defense. If you are going to go physical damage, I would suggest doing the Bloodstained Chivalry one because I don't think the one that gives you Tenacity of the Millilith and Pale Flame is going to give you a physical damage bonus goblet of any kind. I know Bloodstained Chivalry did. The one with Bloodstained Chivalry and Noblesse Oblige as proof right here. I don't think the physical damage artifacts can give physical damage bonus. I've been trying for 2 months now and have yet to get a physical damage artifact with physical damage bonus. I've been trying 2 months and I still have yet to get one. And I'm just like, is it not possible? So, it is what it is. And make sure you get crit rate as the crown. Pale Flame and Bloodstained Chivalry are both good and usually giving you crit rate. If you cannot get a Bloodstained Chivalry crit rate, it took me a month before I could get this one, and you get Pale Flame first. My thoughts would be Bloodstained Chivalry Flower, Bloodstained Chivalry Feather or Timepiece, Pale Flame Flower, and try to get a Pale Flame Goblet. Your usually best bet is to get a Pale Flame Goblet. Me, I got lucky by getting a good by getting 2 different types of masks and by getting 2 different types of flowers that were both pretty good in their stats. Like this one also had attack percent as well. Huh. Interesting. Hold on, I'm now thinking of something here. check something real quick. Her attack goes up, her defense goes down, her crit rate goes up, but her crit damage goes down. I'm sorry, but I like my crit damage as well. And I think 55 crit damage is just fine. Anyways, make sure at least each of your pieces is going to be having an attack of some sort, because if the Traveler is your main DPS dealer, like she is with me, make sure you have attack. Like, I'd love to change that flat attack to attack percent. But I'm fine with what I got. That's all I can really say. That's all I really got for the stream. I've been going on to almost 2 hours by now. Almost. And my throat is sore and sleep deprivation is starting to get the best of me. So, I'll end the stream like this. I hope we get some answers to what exactly is going on about the truth of Aether. If he really is our twin or if he's not. Well, the truth about the Traveler and their twin. If our twin really is our sibling or not. That I hope we can do a little bit of lore hunting and find out what exactly happened at Conria, as well as kind of go into some stuff that we've just kind of let hang. Like Lumine's ability to purify stuff. I hope Scaramouche gets a redemption arc, because if he doesn't, that's going to make for a very, very bad character design and very, very bad character development. And I want to give a shout out to Wei for a lot of his theory videos about Genshin, because a lot of his theories I agree with. Some of them just make so much sense that it's like, how did I not notice this sooner? And it helps me build up some more of my own theories. I also want to give a shout out to the Genshin cast. They are all really good at what they do. I hope to see more of their work. I hope that, you know, maybe we get to learn more about what their thoughts are with Genshin. And yeah, they're all really cool people. Love to see more of them. I'd also like to have more moments where the Traveler themselves will speak. I'd like a little bit more to see of that. I'm pretty sure that maybe Zach and Sarah probably wouldn't like the extra work, but I love your guys' voices, so I'd love to see more of you talking in this game. I'd love more Traveler interaction, pretty much. I also hope we get another reunion between the Traveler and their twin at some point. Maybe like the Traveler confronts their twin to ask about what's going on. Are they really family or something? You're recorded in your mental, but I'm not. What is going on? Are we really related? I'd love to see another reunion between the Traveler and their twin. I would love to see another one. And I'd also just love to dive more into the lore of other areas, like Mondstadt, Liyue, Inazuma, Sumeru. Now that the Archon quests there are done, I'd love the ability to delve further into the lore of the games. And I've also had a idea for what could happen as a after story with Genshin. Say, a few years down the road, Genshin's finally done, the storyline's done and everything. There's not really much more they can develop on with it. And my thoughts is the Abyss story. Like, what was happening on the Abyssal Twins side while we were traveling around as a Traveler. The Abyssal Twins story. I'd like to see something like that as a, I guess I could say, after story, Like, the Traveler's story is done, but Teyvat is not yet done. What was happening behind the scenes? What was happening behind the curtain with the Abyssal Twins side? And it's a flash of gold eyes with purple smoke around them before it fades away and says, "To be continued." Something like that, because I can see MiHoYo doing that, and I think it would be really cool if we ended up playing the Abyssal Twins side of the game. But that's for a completely different time. That's for a completely different story. I will work on getting my own theories flushed out and posted onto Discord at some point, preferably after I get some actual sleep. So, I'll see you all later. Thank you for joining the stream. I'm sorry if I didn't make a lot of sense. I'm sorry if I went on tangents and, you know, trailed off with some things, didn't fully explain some stuff. Sleep deprivation, ADHD, and just my mind being scrambled after everything we've gone through. So, I will see you all later. Be prepared for a stream further of Trails of Cold Steel on Monday. And I will see you all then. Thank you for tuning in.